All right, first Metal Monday of 2022. How you doing today, Brett?
I'm doing great, man. Just get back into the swing of things. That last week always the last week of the year, it's kind of notorious. It feels like in our industry that is kind of a dead week, as far as
Almost the last 2 weeks to a certain,
Yeah.
especially for here in Idaho. We had a lot of winter finally came,
Ugh.
a lot of snow. We had a couple dead weeks. A lot of people are just already in Christmas mode. Then the following week you get New Year's. You just get a couple. So it really makes December a tough month.
Winter came with a vengeance here. It was 12 degrees this morning when my wife was like, "Are you gonna put the dog in the kennel?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, she is a dog," and she's like, "Let's just put her in the laundry room." I'm like, "Okay."
Yep.
She won. I'm like, all right, that's fine.
We do a laundry room for the dogs too when it gets like this. So in the better weather, they get to stay outside.
Yep.
So we're into January. Do we know where Steel is going to be?
We don't. It feels like it's going to be soft. That's what everybody's trying to talk it down, which is what it is. We'll see what the next few months bring, but it feels like the market is softening up. The base metals were, a little bit soft this morning. Copper was off, and nickel. It was off a little bit more. Even that.
Yeah, it was off
early.
11 early.
Yeah, it's kind of crawled its way back, and I think as people get back into the swing of things, we'll have a truer read on like what this market's going to do, ferrous and really base metals, non-ferrous wise.
Yeah, non-ferrous. So the last couple weeks really been kind of a nice little rebound too.
Yeah, it's been hanging in there pretty strong. So I don't know. I'm always optimistic, but I'm also, like a temper, measure it. But I feel like there's still momentum going into 22.
And it still boils down to there's just not a lot of material out there.
100%.
So like you would just think that's going to push the price up. Like I just read an article through Apple News this morning about the housing market, where they don't think you're going to see big swings up this year, but they still think because of volume, it's still going to trickle up.
Well, you see the price of lumber, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like lumber hit 1,700 and it went all the way to 5. Mm-hmm. And where is it sitting at today? 1,150.
Yeah. So I'm just like everything. The price,
it's still 2 to 3 times higher than what what your traditional builders are used to buying their lumber packages for, right? Mm-hmm. So.
And every house has a lot of copper in it.
Base metals, I feel are going to be, we may not see the exponential increases. But we also have to think at the beginning of January this last year, we came off some pretty gnarly low points. So, are you going to get that big of an increase? No, but should you hold, relatively speaking, around the similar prices where you're at today or better, I feel fairly confident.
That's what it feels like. All these markets are somewhat connected. You see one take a big dip or a big increase, they eventually trickle to the other one. So housing market to the metal markets, or commodities in general. Lumber.
It still comes back down to this month is going to be difficult transportation wise. Even to move scrap, right? Bring it in, move it out. It's like I said, it's 12 degrees here this morning. It's going to get a little bit warmer this week, but not a lot. It's still gnarly on the weather side.
It's supposed to snow tomorrow.
Rain.
Snow and rain.
Muck. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's not conducive for processing, buying, shipping a lot of scrap. So I'm cautiously but still optimistic about February, because if January makes it tough to move scrap, we don't even have to talk about the logistics and the supply chain issues that are out there. That's on every news cycle, every news channel, and that's not going to get any better. It definitely doesn't get any easier when the weather's like this. So I'm not too worked up about it.
Same here. Well, we'll keep everybody posted when we know more. And I wish we had a crystal ball so we could tell you what it's going to look like in a month, but we don't. So we just kind of hear the news and pass it on.
Absolutely. Hope everybody has a great day.
Thanks.